that's a testament to our guys. I think we can win a couple of different ways. Ideally, as a coach, you like the Friday night win where it's 11-1 and you're clean or you're clean defensively. You pitch it real well, and you've got some timely hitting. We got into a little slugging match on Saturday and won an ugly game that we would call it. And then I was really proud of them yesterday. We've had 3 home series sweeps here. So I think from a program growth standpoint, all 3 of those Sunday games we were down. In terms of yesterday, we got down 3-0 early on, and I just felt like our guys didn't flinch. I think we've been in enough of those situations now where there's a real belief that we're going to come back and we're going to play well, especially here at home. And so I think that's a positive for sure. To cap off a sweep, those are going to be gold throughout the year. It's just going to be really hard to sweep teams over 3 days in our league. So to do that the second weekend after really not performing great last weekend, I was proud of the guys' response, and it sets us up and makes this weekend even more critical with Tarleton, and it's just going to keep on snowballing as we go through it. But proud of the guys, and just the way we responded in the Saturday-Sunday game is probably the big check mark of the weekend.
And I want to kind of go on that Friday game just a little bit more. 11-1. You have played SFA. The school has played SFA for almost 10 years now. That game was the biggest win margin that you've had all in history. So a testament on that game. How great was it to win your first WAC series as well already?
Yeah, I told Evan yesterday. I don't know that that's a good talking point for you guys. For us, man, we're just in it trying to win each day. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into it. Sweeps are great regardless who you're playing. But yeah, I think I couldn't tell you what happened 4, 5, 6 years ago. I know we played them last year here the last weekend. Played them here this weekend, and then we'll play them again in 6 weeks over there. So there's going to be a good, healthy rivalry, I think, with the conference set up as it is now, and just with the way the Southland was last year, we had to play everybody 4 times. So we're going to come off of everyone we played 4 times last year. We're going to play 6 times this year, and then you had a conference tournament. Man, it's a lot of baseball games against someone else. So I don't know how that plays in football, but sometimes you kind of get after each other a little bit more the more times you're playing each other. But no. It's a good one. We want to beat everybody we play in Texas, So that's certainly something that we're proud of our guys for taking care of business this weekend.
So you're wanting to beat everyone in Texas. You have TCU and
Yeah.
Tarleton coming up this week. So about them and kind of the matchups for each one. What's the lineup going into tomorrow and for the weekend? Yeah,
great question. I'm not exactly sure. We'll reset today. TCU's going to come in. They're 14-5. They're a top 15 team in the country, depending on what poll you look at. Super dynamic offense as always. They've got 6 guys in the lineups with more walks than strikeouts. So anytime you can put together a lineup like that, we're going to have our hands full tomorrow night on the mound. We're going to have to pitch it, and we're going to have to play clean defense. Offensively, there's some good things too. So they're going to be a perennial Omaha type team. That's what we've got coming to Abilene tomorrow night. So hopefully we can show up and get out to a good start. We like our pieces. I like our offense. I like our bullpen. If we can get off to a good start and kind of have that slugging match there in the middle, and give us a chance to win, kind of like Baylor, 2 weeks ago, where it's a 3-3 game in the 8th inning, and if we can take care of our business there at the end and make a pitch or 2 more, then maybe that game's flip-flop. But hopefully we can get a big crowd out tomorrow night. Again, we want to try to get our guys in front of regional type teams, which we'll go to TCU over and play in Fort Worth next Tuesday night. So it's kind of an odd setup the way the midweek's going. So they'll be here tomorrow. We'll go there on Tuesday. So hopefully we can show up and play well in front of a really good crowd tomorrow night.
And then Tarleton, just getting ready for that weekend as well, with that being the next conference series that you have.
Yeah, so Tarleton, they swept UTRGV this weekend at home. So again, I think taking care of your home turf is going to be a big thing as we go out throughout the spring if we want to be where we want to be at the end. So yeah, they're going to be a gritty team, physical. They scored a bunch of runs this weekend. So yeah, them coming in here, it's going to be another weekend of tough baseball, and Aaron's doing a really good job over there in their transition from Division II to Division I. So again, that's an hour and 45 minutes, so that's one that over time I'm sure is going to become a little bit more of a built-in, from a geography standpoint, rivalry. So looking forward to hosting them. But we got a big one to look at tomorrow night before we get to the weekend. So Horned Frogs are on deck.
Coach, just taking a step back to the UTA game, I mean, you go from a game like that to a big weekend like this. What does that mean for your team and inside the clubhouse and everything?
Yeah, we've got a mature team. We've got a group that, really uncharacteristic last Sunday on the road, uncharacteristic of us Tuesday in Dallas or in Arlington, with some family and friends around. So for them to come back and really just jump right in on Friday was important to us, I think, as a staff, and it shows some maturity with our group. But it's good. There's going to be learning lessons early on in the year, and we're still trying to figure out. I think I know we are. We are 8-2 right now with Tyler and Breck starting. And then the other games, we're still trying to work through a 3 and a 4, and we'll figure that out. We've got enough talent. We've got enough pieces. We've got enough guys that are going to compete. So that'll continue to play itself out, I guess, as we go through this weekend and beyond.
So you've used Mitchell at second base versus Baylor. Since then, you've used him 4 more times. What's the plan there? Yeah,
it's just trying to get our best lineup in there. We feel like, I've talked about this before, I think we've got a deep lineup. I think you're seeing that throughout. Our 9-hole yesterday was 4 for 5. Bryson had a really good weekend all weekend. So trying to figure out, where we can get the left-handed and right-handed matchup, where we can get some different guys in. Mitchell's just a ball player, so that he gives us some freedom. He could really play anywhere on the field, I think. At the Division I level, you just want to shuffle everything around. But he's very comfortable there. He's played there in scrimmages for 2 or 3 years. And, when we kind of brought that up, it's like, hey, thinking about this time. And Brett was out at that point with an injury. He's back now. So just trying to figure out a way to get a couple more bats in there. And honestly, Aaron Staley, we want to get him in the game, too, from a left-handed perspective. He's a little bit different dynamic. So, we'll keep shuffling around. It's not figured out yet. But we like our pieces, and this weekend was certainly a step in the right direction. I think we hit 382 as a team, and you saw some more stolen bases this weekend. I think that's just the play on the lineup and which route we want to go.
So you talked about, your lineup 1 through 9, a guy like Bryson who, isn't top of the lineup guy, but has played fantastic. What can you say about when you have guys like that playing as well as he is?
Yeah, it just extends our lineup. I think the one guy returning that we all felt really good about was Mitchell. I would think if you ask Mitchell right now, he's probably not feeling great about his performance, but, man, he's the heartbeat of our club, first one there, bouncing around with energy. But he's been on base a ton. I think he's got 14 walks and 6 strikeouts right now. So maybe the average isn't where it was last year at the 400 mark, the first team all-conference right now. But we certainly feel like as the season plays out. But when you've got someone in that 9-hole like Bryson Hill right now, I think his on-base percentage is roughly 400. It's just you're constantly flipping around and putting more pressure on the other team. So that's the key to our success. It's just a 1 through 9, really good professional at bat, control the strike zone, put our guys in good situations to drive the baseball when they can.
And then one more for me for TCU tomorrow. I know you don't want to show your cards per se, but are you looking to use an opener type situation like you did with Baylor, or are you going to go for a straight start?
Yeah, whoever we go with tomorrow, it'll be a short stint, and we'll chop it up just to get some guys in there. I'm not exactly sure who we'll do. We got some good candidates to start with tomorrow. I'll dive into their lineup a little bit more this afternoon and try to start to play a little bit more matchup based stuff. But it won't be a long start for whoever it is tomorrow.